they have quite interesting car. That's a Tesla 3 2019. It's standard range plus. And what's interesting about this car, I think it's the cheapest one you can buy right now. It's a 2019. It has 115,000 miles, standard range plus, and I bought it for 14,500. It is a clean title. It's a one owner. Drives, I mean, it's white on white. I'm gonna go over it. I'm gonna show it to you the way I got the car and what needs to be done besides the detail. It's a nice unit overall. I like it a lot, but the best part of this buy, for sure, that's the price. So 14,500, I bought this car. I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do with that. Probably sell it, but those cars right now are so cheap. I mean, you can buy it for 18,000, 19,000, 16. I'm not sure if I can make money on this car, and I'm gonna show it to you why. Even though if I'm not gonna make money on that, probably I'm gonna keep charging it at home and drive it kind of for free. So the dents, I have a small swipe right there. The tires, they kind of so some stickers needs to be removed. The car needs detail, but what's really good on this Tesla, that's a white interior for sure, and it needs some work. So besides the detail, like detail needs for, but look at the white seats. I mean, it looks gorgeous, isn't it? Looks gorgeous. And what we have to do, so the seats needs deep cleaning, and besides the deep cleaning, I probably need the front tires because they kind of boldish. There is a lot of chips and dents. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the bumper, but definitely we're gonna do the detail and touch up. See, that's a Tesla 630. That's the day, I think, when they drop it, because I just bought it yesterday in and it is a Carvana wholesale. So Carvana, besides selling it to the public and doing finance for them, they doing auction. So they sell it to the dealers, and look how dirty this stuff right there, the door panel. But for 115,000 miles, I mean, it looks not bad. The seats, they are dirty, and it's not the leather, vegan leather. And but look here, that's the problem. Number one, that's the floor mats. I basically don't have a floor mats, and it looks like the owner, whoever had this car, he doesn't care. So what's gonna be done on the floor, basically, I either gonna replace this whole piece, or maybe put the floor mats on that, we'll see. But my guy who does upholstery and detail, same day, I mean same process, detail, upholstery, he can do all together. What he can do, he can cut it, this piece, and just put new one, or he can put the new carpet on the top of this. We're gonna see how it's gonna go. And the steering wheel, that's the common problem for the Tesla 3, because the quality of that stuff, it's super low. So it's enough for 50. I did see the car say 50, 60,000 miles, and the steering wheel falling apart. But what's best we got from this car, standard range plus, full self-driving, autopilot included package, and I have a premium connectivity till January 2025. So that's good. 150 miles we have range, and yesterday when the car dropped, it was showing 0 miles. So 0 miles range. Right now we charge it overnight, just a regular charger, whatever Tesla providing, and the car came with no charger from the auction. So it's going to be kind of not so much huge project, but again, I have to deal with the floor, I have to deal with the steering wheel, and I have to deal with detail and some dents on that. But again, Tesla 3 for 14,500 looks amazing. And especially if you have a free charging somewhere at home, you don't have to pay for supercharge, you can just leave it overnight and charge it. I think that's the good choice. I'm not a huge fan of Tesla. I'm not a huge fan of Tesla 3. Those cars, I mean, these cars, they kind of soulless, I would say. I like the engine and I like the gas power, but same time, if I do have a choice to drive the car for zero and do not spend money on gas, why not? All right, so what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna just take it to a regular car wash before detail, because I'm planning to drive this car over the weekend and see if something going on with that or not. But like I say, for now, I cannot see any major problems, like maybe some scuffs or small chips, dents. It's not a big issue. The tires, yes, the front one needs to be replaced, and steering wheel and the floor mat, that's the issue. So this dent, like I say, it's not a big deal. Overall, car in a good shape, actually. Okay, I got something right here. So scratch, dent on the bumper, just the plastic. Well, overall, all the doors are straight, windows are working, but needs deep cleaning. That's what definitely car needs. And a full self-driving computer, that's the good option for $14,000 Tesla. Let's wash it and let's see how it's gonna look like after just regular wash, before it's gonna go to detail shop. So about the Tesla, as my Tesla got ready right now, it's all good to go for sale right now. We have it for 79. That's the price for 2019 Standard Plus, autopilot, white on white. Nice clean Tesla for cheap, but same time, what I want to compare it to, that's 2018, 1 year older, Prius white, right? So Prius, 80,000 miles. It's a Prius 2 actually, and it goes for same price, 79. So what I'm trying to understand right now is it makes sense to buy the Prius or to buy the Tesla. So that's not going to be like a review about the Prius. That's just the price, year, condition of the car. It's all white, no damages whatsoever, and clean history. Beautiful Prius. I mean, like I'm always saying, it's number one demanded car in Los Angeles. Why? Because the gas is $5 a gallon, and this car gonna save you tons of money if you drive in the Prius, not V8 or V6, right? But what are we gonna get? We're gonna get cloth seats and backup camera. That's for sure. 86,000 miles and good MPG, about 45, right? So what do we got right here? No navigation, just simply, and actually no satellite radio, right? 79 for the beautiful Prius or 79 for the Tesla. That's what I'm trying to understand. What's the market right now and what you can buy instead of buying Tesla. How much you're gonna spend on this car? I'm gonna do the quick calculation right now and show it to you. For example, the full tank on a Prius and full charge on a Tesla 3. But what do you think in general? Is it worth it to buy the Prius for 79 with good mileage, clean, nice condition, or it's worth it to buy the Tesla 3 and get like and enjoy full self-driving on that car instead of buying Prius 2 2018 with backup camera and line keeper assistance, but nothing else, right? So from the beginning I showed you the way I received the car and some damages they've been exist, but again I didn't do any paint job on that car, nothing. So basically we did nice detail, and the steering wheel I ordered, it's still coming, but for now I got the cover on that and looks okay. So that's for now. So we're gonna go drive it, see how this cheap Tesla feels and what kind of options I have. Again, if I'm comparing this car to the Prius, that's the same money, right? But actually for now, Tesla 3 is gonna be easier to finance. So for example, for those customers who doesn't want to pay cash for this car, 79 2019 standard plus, 100 plus, 115,000 miles on the car, but it drives great and everything works. Even that full self-driving stuff, it is included. Autopilot, it's included, so you don't have to pay for that. You only have to pay for the charging, and we're gonna go over it also and compare the price for the full tank on a Prius and what's the range you're gonna get, and full charge on the Tesla 3, and what's the range on that charge gonna be. Let's go. Even though I'm not a huge fan of the Tesla, to be honest with you, I mean, it's a nice car, but I like something what has engine and I can burn some fuel. But when it comes to, I would say, like cheap ride, right? So you want to save some money on the gas and drive around some decent car, but saving you tons of money. So again, the best thing to compare Tesla 3 for 79, that's the Prius. I don't want to drive the Prius. You probably saw a million of reviews for that, and actually I was doing compare that older body and the newer body. So older body was a Prime and the newer body was 2023 Prius. You can check that video. And so it's simple, regular car, but Tesla, it's something different. That's why I want to show it to you what you can get for the same money. Still, I mean, it's 110 outside right now, and it's taking time to get this car cooled down. The dealerships all around right now, they're empty. It's a Saturday, July, and only like service department may be busy at some dealerships around here. But what about the customers? 1, 2, not that many, but it's all waking up right now. So slowly start selling, people start calling. So waking up, and the season is coming. It's gonna be mucho trabajo, but not right now yet. So let's go back to the Tesla. What I like about this car, I like two things. Number one, it has autopilot. You trust it, you not trust it, doesn't matter. It's a full self-driving, so you can see the pedestrians, you can see the traffic light. It's gonna stop itself, it's gonna change the line for you. And right now I'm on autopilot, so I'm gonna set to 40. It is allowing me to go 40 in this area, so the car goes itself, and that's what I like. Number one. Number two, what I do like, I don't have to do the oil changes, so that's what I'm gonna skip on a Tesla. And maybe it's not a big deal, 5,000 miles, you do an oil change for $60. And again, but if you compare an EV to any gas car, there's like so much stuff going on. There is especially on the Prius. Let's compare the Prius itself. So the Prius going up to 300,000 miles with no problem if you're doing maintenance on time. But the brakes, tires, oil change, water pump, that's what's constantly going bad. EGR might gonna fail, and the car might gonna start misfiring. The spark plugs, 100,000 on the car, you have to do the spark plugs, that's for sure. Maybe main cleanup. 10,000 miles, you have to do the filter, engine filter, cabin filter, and you constantly have to clean the air vent on the back on the Prius for the battery. So if the battery start getting overheat, the car just not gonna drive. It's just gonna send random messages about the hybrid system fail. Please contact the dealer. So Prius seems to be a nice car, even though it has a lot of problems. After certain miles, like 100,000 miles, you might gonna discover some small problems here, some small problems there. Again, I would prefer to go with the used Tesla, even if it's 100,000 miles plus on this car, then go on a Prius for the same amount of money. But the Prius is just super regular, super kind of cheap car. But here I got a lot of stuff to play with, that's what we're gonna do right now. So number one, that's for sure, you have a full access on your Tesla, right? Full access on your Tesla from the app, and you can do cool stuff. Standard range plus, Model 3, 115,000 miles on the car. Autopilot. We got, okay, single pool, double pool. Somebody was asking me before the way it's working, if you never use it before. So there is a lot of settings what you can do, auto steer or traffic aware, cruise control, but I like auto steer. So it's basically doing itself. Charging, last paid charging session 288 on February. So since February this car, I don't know, it's been sitting as a trade-in, maybe, but I just got it. So nobody uses supercharge since that time, but you have to pay for it. So it's not a free supercharge. So dynamic, I'm driving as a chill, standard, light. I like light. Creep, roll, hold. Right, generation, so control. That's what I don't like on the Y and Tesla 3. All this weird stuff, you have to do it from the buttons on the steering wheel, but you have to command it before. What do you want to do? You want to do the steering, mirrors, or some other stuff. Okay, software. We got autopilot, included package, premium, connectivity till January next year. That's good. Basically right now car needs nothing, like nothing. Tires are great, the seats are in great shape, brakes, and the way it looks, full self-driving capability subscription. Why do I need to pay for that if I have it? So I'm not gonna do that. Premium connectivity subscription, I don't have to do that. I still have it till the end of January 2025. Navigation, premium connectivity subscription, premium connectivity. So what's the difference between this? That's 99 for the year, and this one, navigating autopilot, auto lane change. I do have it. So why do I have to pay for that if I have full self-driving stuff? Full self-driving computer, additional information, autopilot. That's it. So that's the steering wheel. The one has this stuff, and I ordered the used steering wheel. It's gonna take time, and it's actually not cheap. So it's like 150 for the used steering wheel, but this cover looks great. Even though I had a couple customers and they want to buy it, I show it to them, not me, but my guys, they show it to them. The steering wheel has this problem and it has cover for now, but the new steering wheel coming, so we're gonna get replacement. It's kind of normal stuff for the Tesla 3 itself. Woof, it's super hot outside. I have to take a break and find a shadow where I can film it for you. So USB, no USB-C, huge pocket. Everybody knows what's going on in the Tesla 3, the glove box. What do we got in the glove box? Only manuals. Who's gonna read those manuals? Probably no one gonna read it. All right, let's find a cool spot and see how the car looks outside and inside. Let's start from the beginning. For the people who asked me before how to use full self-driving autopilot system. So we put on drive, 360 sensors, see what's going on right away, left, right side. So there is a parking lot and the Tesla can see that. Woof, it's super hot today. So again, what I do like about Tesla also, I like the choice of music. So basically you can put anyone, any of your favorite singer, or you can go by whatever Tesla offering you, like the chill, electronic, indie, or maybe you like heavy metal stuff. That's what Tesla doing. I think one of the best car ever. Even 2012 Tesla S has the same internet radio, and you can enjoy by playing your favorite station or favorite actor, favorite singer. without any problem. So we driving right now 15, right? So right now on cluster, I mean on the screen, we can see it is available. Not available right now, it is available right now. So I'm doing once and I'm doing twice. Now I'm on the blue zone and my autopilot works. So I don't have to steer it, but what I do have to do, I have to keep my fingers, my hands on the steering wheel. Otherwise, Tesla gonna say, no, you cannot do it. We have to finish steering for you. And it's not gonna be available for this trip. So you have to stop and start the trip again. And it's gonna be available again. So I'm not pushing the brake pedal. The car is supposed to stop itself. The car on the front stops and the Tesla stops also. So right now we can see it's a red light. We're gonna wait for the green light and the car gonna go itself again. That's the future, guys. Do you think all the cars gonna be like that? So it starts driving itself. I'm not touching the steering wheel. It goes straight forward. Nice. So what do you think about the other cars? Do you think Cadillac on that super cruise control gonna take over Tesla or not? I don't think so. I think the technology for the Tesla is so massive, it's so huge. Even though 2018 2016 Tesla S, you can still do the upgrade for the full self-driving computer and the car gonna drive itself even though it's 2016 Tesla S. So I'm not sure if the GM can do the same. So is there any other EV car gonna take over Tesla on the US market? For sure not. What about the Chinese cars? The Chinese cars, I mean, maybe somewhere in China, in Europe, they are popular. They are kind of on demand because they're cheap, but they're not gonna last long enough to stay on the market. And one by one, they are gonna fall apart, and that's it. Gonna go down on the price, gonna go down on demand, but the Tesla with the price of the used Prius, it's gonna just keep crushing the market, that's for sure. So let's go on the condition of this 2019, over 100,000 miles, Tesla 3. Okay, I don't know what kind of leather, it's not leather, right? So that's a vegan leather. But the condition is not bad at all. Actually, after the full detail, it looks much better. So it's not cracking, maybe a little bit worn out right here on the side. I'm not gonna paint it, I'm not gonna touch it, that's obvious. Right, let's go on the back. So on the back, even better, the door panels, they in great shape. There is nothing going on, maybe some small scratches. I don't know what kind of materials they're using. It's not leather, it's not like the vinyl stuff. So what didn't came out, that's those dots. I don't know what was here, why those dots are still present. So I'm gonna try to do it maybe with some acetone or something else to clean those dots out. But in general, look at this car, 79 for the Tesla 3. I think all day long I can buy that car for myself to drive it if I want to buy one. So for sure I'm not gonna go with the Prius because Tesla much nicer. The whole idea of the EV cars for me, it's still kind of tricky. Because if something gonna happen with electricity, you cannot charge the car, and at the same time something gonna happen with the supercharger station. That's what's happening. Or somebody gonna come and cut that wire. What are you gonna do? So I believe once in a while, Tesla owners get in the problem with the charging. If you are living at your own house, you have your own charging port, that's good. But if you don't, and you go into a charging station and some, I don't know, some person already cut all the wires for the charging, you don't have it, right? So you're going where? You're going to a supercharging station, and it's full. There is like 40 minutes to wait in line. Would you do that? I mean, for sure you have to, because you don't have a charging station at your house. And one of my friends, for example, he has a Tesla 3 and he's living in an apartment building. That apartment building, they used to have a charger for free for the people who's living there. But one day they say, you know what, we cannot do it anymore because, I don't know, it's too expensive or whatever. And what they did, they gave it over to some company. So the company installed the new units and now they charging for that. So basically he has to pay now at the house, and he's saying it's more expensive than the supercharge. So what's the supercharge cost for Tesla 3? So the full charge going about $25, and you're gonna get 200 miles for that charge. But same time, let's check the Prius. So Prius, for example, depends when you're gonna charge your Tesla. Maybe at night it's a little bit cheaper. When it's less people in line, less people using the same charging station right now, it's gonna be cheaper for you to get charged, right? So the Prius, how long is it gonna take to fill up the full tank on the Prius? It's probably gonna take like, I don't know, 2 minutes, right? So you come into your gas station, you tap in the credit card, and you just put in gas inside your tank. So the full tank on a Prius, that's 11 gallon, right? 11 gallon, and right now the price for the gallon in Los Angeles, that's about $5. So 55 bucks for the full tank. And you're supposed to get 590 or 600 miles range. I never seen that 600 miles range, but again, let's assume you getting that 600 miles range for 55 bucks. So 55, 600. So here is 200 miles range for $25. So you're supposed to get 50, 400. So on the Prius, you're gonna get about 180, 190 miles range more if you're gonna use same amount of money to refill your car. So the question is, would you still go with Tesla? Would you still take that risk on the charging problems? Maybe sometimes, but again, it's gonna take time, it's gonna take some money, and sometimes you might gonna pay more than $25 for the full charge. And the Prius, same time, you spending less on the gas, less on the charge, but you have to do the maintenance. You're not gonna enjoy that, autopilot system. You're not gonna enjoy this white on white leather stuff. You're not gonna enjoy that application. So it's not like Tesla, it's much better than the Prius everywhere. No, it is for sure more comfortable. It is for sure less headache on the engine. And is it safer to drive the Tesla? I think yes, but same time in Los Angeles, people driving like crazy on the Tesla S. I mean, on the Tesla 3 and Tesla Y. The cheapest Tesla, the cheaper Tesla on the road you can see, the more problem it might gonna bring it to you as a driver. I have no idea. But same time, the Priuses, people driving like the idiots most of the time. It's just super hot today, and I'm wearing all white kind of stuff, and I'm driving white car, so it's kind of saving me a little bit from that 110 temperature outside. Oof. So the trunk capacity, it is huge actually. You can drop the seats, you can maybe pull something inside. I see the people doing crazy stuff on the Tesla. Same thing on the Prius. I did see that Prius C driving around with homeless people, or I don't know what they're doing. They're living inside, but it's just so wild, and I did the short about it. It's just insane. So I don't know, you like it, you don't like it, it's already here. The Tesla, it's everywhere. And that Hertz company, whoever trying to sell those cars for 15,000, 10,000, somebody was telling me, you know, if you're gonna fly over to Montana or Nashville or somewhere else, they selling those Tesla for 11,000. You don't know the condition, you don't know the mileage, you just know super cheap price. And I believe some people from Los Angeles, I know one of them for sure, he flew all the way to Nashville actually to get that car, and when he came the car was so beat up. He said even 11,000 I was not gonna pay for that. So at the end of the day he was just, you know, traveling around that state and flying back to Los Angeles. He said I don't want to buy the Tesla and drive it all the way to Los Angeles because that car probably not gonna make it. So EV future already here, and there is a lot of choice again for you. You can buy the new one for 39,000. That's what they're claiming. But again, that finance stuff, it's not working for everyone. Even though my friend was trying to apply for Tesla Y, and for some reason even $5,000 down, they told him no. So they rejected his application for that Tesla new one. So what's the cheapest price on the Tesla? And they're everywhere. See, they're like driving left and right. So EV future already here. If you want to go with Kia or Hyundai, those prices going down also. And the used cars, you have plenty of choice, and but from the EV cars I would go with Tesla for sure, because they've been on the market for such a period of time, for a long time actually, and they've been doing a lot of improvement on even on the autopilot system. It's been before like 1.0, 2.0, that was not working well, but full self-driving, it's just something else. If you never tried before, you have to. Oof, it's so hot today. So now let's keep going, let's keep comparing those cars, and we are on a Prius. Same price, about the same mileage, about the same year. So the Prius is 2019, and it's a regular base, not prime, not plug-in, no leather. That's the Prius 2. And Tesla 3, it's 2019, 100,000 miles, about the same, but it's the same price, 17,900. Honestly, I like Tesla better. Materials, I mean, this rubber steering wheel, Tesla has much comfortable steering wheel, that's for sure. I like the way EC works on a Tesla, much like comfortable, I would say so. It blowing fresh air, much nicer than the Prius. So the Prius, I mean, it's a Prius. There is nothing can beat the Prius on the gas price. And the comfortable, I mean, it is a daily driving car. You can use it for any purpose. Even to drive it daily, you're not gonna spend much on the gas. Maintenance, yeah, the cost of maintenance for the Prius is super low, but on the Tesla, it's almost nothing. What I'm saying, almost, you probably have to spend money for the tires only, and brake pads, I don't know, 100,000 miles, 150,000 miles, you might need to replace it. But let's go about the comfortable seating in the Prius or Tesla. Tesla, that's for sure. Prius for me, it's a little bit smaller, so the door panel kinda squeezing me up a little bit. The seats much comfortable on a Tesla, that's for sure, and it's a white interior, white leather instead of black cloth. You see, start blowing, start feeling a little bit more comfortable. But again, I don't have any access. I only have a line keeper. That's all I got on the Prius. The music, I can connect my phone, I can listen radio, but it's not enough. So Tesla beating the Prius 100% on that. The way it looks, Tesla looks much nicer inside and outside, and it feels much more comfortable, that's for sure. Those plastics, they're all kind of cheap, but same time Prius gonna last 300,000 miles, that's for sure. I know from the taxi guys who's been using this car till the end of the day, and they never change the oil on the transmission, that's for sure. Engine needs your attention, 5-10,000. Some people driving 10,000 miles in a Prius without the oil change, but most of them driving it 5,000 miles. That's what I'm doing. If I'm keeping my Priuses in a good shape, the one I have plenty of Priuses, I'm using it for a different purpose. But it's so simple: the climate control, that sound system, the screen, entertainment, whatever you're gonna call it. Again, if you're gonna compare Prius to the Tesla much nicer on that. Cup holders and the condition. So needs some detail, but it's actually detail been done, but it's still in so bad shape because it's so deep. That material, it's kind of 5-10 years you have to replace it. You have to buy this stuff. Even though you're gonna brush it so hard, it's not gonna go back to original. It's gonna stay the same way. So it's worn out. That's it, it's done. You have to replace it. All right, what about the other stuff? The other stuff, the seats. For sure Tesla doing better on the seats, right? On the back, nothing interesting, just a regular car. It's actually nice to compare both white cars, both same price, but the hybrid Prius and electric Tesla. And what's scary right now in Los Angeles in summer 24, the Priuses, they are huge target for the people who steal in the cuts. That's what definitely you're not gonna face when you drive in the Tesla, because Tesla, you cannot steal it. It's so complicated, and who needs the Tesla? The parts for the Tesla, it's so cheap. They just don't care. And Tesla doesn't have catalytic converter. That's why, again, if you don't have a garage, if you have no place to hide your car, that's crazy. I mean, how we have to live right now in Los Angeles in 2024. So we have to buy covers for the catalytic converter to install it on the Prius, so it's not going to be stolen overnight. And just for information, one of my 2020 Toyota Corolla got catalytic converter stolen while the car being parked outside on the street. Isn't crazy? I mean, are we living in the United States, or we live in somewhere where the people really want to steal your parts from the car? That's an insane question, but that's the reality. The Prius doing really good, but if you're gonna compare it to the Tesla, I would still stay with Tesla. So right now in 2024, those Priuses with 70,000 miles, 50,000 miles at the auction, they're going for 10, 12, 13 and 14,000 easily if the mileage is less. Because that car, it's kind of not unbreakable, but it's a proven car. It's a proven Toyota. Most of the drivers, they know they're not gonna spend money on the maintenance, and that car gonna drive like mostly forever. The battery 500, and you're gonna get rebuilt battery with warranty for like 6 months or 1 year. It's not a big deal. But the Tesla on the high mileage, it's kind of tricky also. So basically the Tesla 3 has no warranty right now, right? And to replace the hybrid battery, I mean the battery itself, a EV battery, it's gonna cost a lot of money. Maybe for the customer, for the consumer, this choice between the Prius, the one everybody understands, the one everybody knows the prices for, and any shop can take a look on the problem and probably fix it, it's not a bad choice at all. Because again, on the Prius, I mean on the Tesla 3, it's kind of unknown situation what you're gonna do if the main battery gonna fail. And if it's gonna fail, how much you have to pay to replace it. Because this Prius and lithium battery, almost never going bad. And the used battery for this car, 300, 400, and it's a lot of them. Why it's a lot of them right now at the junkyards? Simply because they almost not going bad, and the junkyards, they just cannot sell them because there is no demand. That's the simple answer for that question. So guys, in general, both cars are great. The Prius and the Tesla 3, for the price, 79, it's really good. So I wish if I would have a choice to buy both cars and keep them both, I would do so, because who needs the luxury car right now if you're on a budget? I mean, if you are super rich, you want to buy something nice and luxury, yes, I understand. But for your daily usage, those cars, one of the best right now available on the market, I think so. They both white, they both nice and clean. They kind of same, I mean, same as a daily driving car, without spending a lot of money for the gas and the maintenance. And again, Tesla, you can charge it at home and enjoy it, enjoy all this features, whatever Tesla providing for you right now. But the Prius is just so simple, it's just so, like, you know, it's a Prius. The Prius itself telling you everything about this. You don't have to know what's the trim, if it's a Prime or not. That's the Prius, and it says it all. So choice is always yours. 79, is it a good price for both or not? Let me know in the comments below.